Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again.
It's time for the Craig 5, maybe 10-minute movie review. Hey everybody, welcome to Movies Over Coffee. I'm Jay of the Craig podcast. If you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button, like and follow us, and check out all our movie reviews and podcast content. This past weekend, I got the opportunity to take one of my kids to see a screening of Smallfoot. Smallfoot is directed by Carrie Kirkpatrick. A name that you probably don't recognize. Carrie's last directorial effort was an Eddie Murphy movie about 9-10 years ago called Imagine That. Imagine That, an Eddie Murphy movie that I don't know about. Okay. So this movie stars a voice talent. It is an animated movie. A voice talent of Channing Tatum, Zendaya, James Corbin, Common, LeBron James, and Gina Rodriguez. And that's one of my favorite parts about an animated movie is picking out the voice talent and trying to figure out who they are. And this movie had several that I thought I knew who they were, and then I checked them out afterwards. I'm like, nope, that was the wrong person. That's the wrong sex even. But I really like trying to pick out the voices in these movies. What is Smallfoot about? Smallfoot is one of those reversals. The Yetis are the focus, and the humans are the elusive, mystical or mythical creatures that are supposed to be non-existent. And so I like that little clever twist. But what it's about is one of our Yetis encounters one of these elusive humans, and it turns his world upside down. And now he's challenging all the things that make their society what it is. And so that's the major point of the story. This movie has a lot of themes, and I really like the story of it, but I think it's a little jumbled, but I'll get to that in a second. But what's cool about this movie is the Yetis are living above the clouds on the Tibetan mountains like the Himalayas, and they have this peaceful, harmonious life, and they're living this Smurf-esque life. Oh, trolls even, maybe. So it's not very unique in that way, but, and we've seen this before, time and time again, these creatures living this life on their own and being kind of like hidden from society, right? And that's cool, and they have all these rules. They have all these rules in place for all these little rocks that are like their commandments, and they have to kind of figure out what these rocks mean, and this becomes the foundation of their society. And you cannot challenge the rules. That's forbidden. If the rock says something, that's what the rock says, and that's it. There is no challenging the rock. So there's three major themes in this story, and one of them is challenging authority, challenging those rules, challenging those beliefs of society. And I really like that, and I think that would have been the major theme. But they have two other themes in here that kind of cloud it a bit. One of those themes is being honest and being true to yourself, kind of go work hand in hand. If you believe something, if you know something, stand up for it, say it out loud and stick with that. And don't just go back with the herd because they say you're wrong. Stick up for what you believe and be honest with who you are. And then the final theme that I caught was being woke and staying woke. In fact, that's they say in the movie, stay woke. There's so much going on today in society, and people live with their blinders on, and they don't want to see what's going on, and they don't want to be inconvenienced by other people's lives, right, and what's going on with the rest of society. So this movie is about challenging those beliefs, staying woke, and once you figure it out, and once you see this, stay woke and fight for it. And I think there's some really important messages for the kids here. However, I think it's just clouded with too many themes they're trying to focus on. I think if they would have focused on one of these major good themes, I think the through line would have been better. I think you would have had something with more staying power. I don't think this is a movie that you're going to have in your collection. It's fun. It's cute. I laughed a lot. There's some good themes in it. But it's just a little top heavy with what it's trying to say. It's not zeroing in on the major theme here, which if I had to pick, it would be the challenging of authority and challenging the rocks. That's the major theme that I got, but I think if they would have stuck with that a little bit more, I think you would have had just a better story overall. But it is funny. My kid liked it. He's 4.5, almost 5, so he got the humor, but obviously it's an adult. There's adult themes going on, like the subtle jabs at society. So they're not going to get that, but that's for us, so we can enjoy a movie too. Overall, I did enjoy it, but I don't think it's a classic. I don't think it's going to be something that you're going to rush out to see over and over and over again. I don't think it's going to have any staying power, unfortunately. I think it's just a little too jumbled what it's trying to say, but it does have some good messages, and it is funny. So thank you for listening to Movies Over Coffee. I'm Jay of the Craig podcast. Don't forget to subscribe over here and check out our other videos. And hey, we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.